Elsewhere in the division, Joe Burrow entering his third season and a major candidate for a mega contract in the coming years. He says he's not worried about that right now, but he does admit that he is paying attention to the big money given out to quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson.
The market is just exploding. It's crazy the numbers that these guys are putting up, and I think it's well deserved. All those guys are playing at the top of their game, and they're being paid accordingly. But I'm not worried about it. I like to make jokes about it, but haven't thought about it much right now.
Burrow's still on his rookie deal, so he's only making about $9 million a year. I say only because when you compare it to the other guys, it's about 5 times less than what the highest paid quarterbacks are making. He will get his soon enough. Terry McLaurin wants his. He's seen a bunch of wide receivers get paid this offseason, and that's why he is holding out right now, not showing up at minicamp. He wants a new contract, and some have wondered if Washington might be willing to trade him. Ron Rivera answered that question today.
No, he's subject to the rules, and we'll go from there. But we give you guys a little tidbit. We've been talking with his folks probably the last week, and working on some stuff, and hopefully it'll be taken care of in a matter of time. All right. How much time, don't know, but it's never contentious. I can promise you that much. So we're feeling pretty good and pretty confident at some point this will get done, okay? When a player like this does make the impact he's made, and not just on the football team, but, around the community and everything, you have to be able to take care of that guy so everybody understands that, this is the type of player we want. This is how, guys that do it this way. And so that's why, and I've said this, we're not trading Terry. We're everything we're doing is we're trying to get this done. And like I said, just to tell you guys, we've been talking with these guys for over probably the last 7-8 days. And we intend to do this because we believe in who Terry is for us and what he can bring to the table.
He has shown he is a top-flight wide receiver in the National Football League, especially when you consider who's been throwing him the football throughout his career compared to the other great receivers out there like Devontae Adams, to name a few. He's set to make just under $3 million this upcoming season. That's not even top 50 in the NFL. And here are some of the guys making more than Terry McLaurin. You've got guys that some of you may not even have heard of. Deontay Hardy at New Orleans, Braxton Berrios with the Jets, Zay Jones with Jacksonville. He's going to move up this list. Question is, how long is it going to take? The Chargers led the way with 9 players in Pete Prisco's top 100. Khalil Mack, one of those guys, at number 43. They've done quite a bit to bolster that defense. Team that lost some heartbreakers last season. Went for it on 4th down a lot, and too many times came up short. They will 100% be expected to make the postseason this year, though they are in the toughest division. They also went out and signed J.C. Jackson at the corner position. But head coach Brandon Staley had this to say about Khalil Mack specifically today.
Khalil's doing great out there. I think from when he got here to now, made a lot of progress. He's the guy, as you guys will know, is he knows himself better than any of us, and so he will be ready to go. And there's a long journey between now and our first game, but I really like the progress he made. He's been able to get his helmet out there, be able to get his cleats on, be able to go through individual on the side and start to build that wind and start to do some fundamentals. And our training staff has taken very good care of him, led by Damon Mitchell, Marco Zacconi, our performance staff with Anthony Lamondo, Jonathan Brooks, that group of people. And I think that's part of it, is him getting to know all the people around here that are going to help him. But I like where he's at, and the one thing about Khalil Mack is that he will be ready to go.
And put him with Joey Bosa, and those are 2 top 5 guys over the last 5 seasons in quarterback pressures. Very similar stats, almost the identical number of sacks and strip sacks for Bosa and Mack, who are 2 of the 9 in Pete Prisco's top 100 players. Justin Herbert, the highest-ranked Charger, at number 20. Bosa's at 23, and then it's Mac, and then J.C. Jackson, who they signed in free agency. Keenan Allen down there at 65, Austin Eckler at 79, and Corey Linsley, the center, getting in there as well. The Titans working with Malik Willis in the red zone during minicamp. We've seen teams like the 49ers with Trey Lance, the Bears with Justin Fields, getting their young quarterbacks red zone looks in game action before they put them out there for a bunch of game action, like a starter, for instance. This is what Mike Vrabel had to say about it today.
Yesterday in the red zone, I thought that there was, did a nice job holding the safety's eyes and, delivering ball on time. It's hard, and I watched it again after we finished, but it's hard in the jog through. We're doing the jog through to just get, these plays in, and so I think that the timing it's not fair for the receivers and the quarterbacks, and and that's on me just to try to take care of those guys. The closer you get to the goal line, guys are going to start becoming more competitive, and I just reminded them like let's just get these plays in, let's get them installed, and so I was conscious of the pace. We don't have pads on and it's tight quarters, and so I think some of the timing down there wasn't very good, and they probably shouldn't even be throwing some of those balls. I just don't want to create bad habits. But yesterday there was some really, really good, quick, decisive decisions in the red zone.
And he could be used as a runner in the red zone as well. He was a dual-threat quarterback in college, 47 passing touchdowns, 27 rushing touchdowns over the last 2 years. That was tops in FBS play. Jets hoping for a big jump from their quarterback. In year 2 for Zach Wilson, they got him some more weapons, and they think he will be better, but they aren't expecting anything Hall of Fame level yet. Here's his head coach.
No, it is, guys. He had, obviously it's well documented, he had a rough rookie year. I mean, we all did. I did, including myself. So, just in terms of growing, people are forgetting that he's got a young offensive supporting cast. His receivers are young, his backs are young, the O-line is just gelling together. He's young. And so for Zach, really, it's just to continue to progress and becoming the starter a starting quarterback and moving in the direction that we all know that he's capable of. He doesn't need to be Tom Brady this year. He doesn't need to be. Now, if he ends up being that, that's awesome. But that's not the expectation for him. The expectation is for him to continue to climb that mountain that's quarterback play in this league. And we all got his back, and he's got a supporting cast that's working its tail off, and from there, it's just piecing it together.
And here are some of the pieces that the Jets have for him. They drafted Breece Hall, who's the top running back in the draft, and obviously Garrett Wilson went in the top 10 as well at the wide receiver position. So he has some pieces to work with, a bunch of young pieces for that growing team. Another young piece doesn't want to be written off just yet. Mekhi Becton heading into his 3rd season looking to prove his doubters wrong. He missed nearly all of last season after getting injured in week 1. Listen to what he had to say and check out what his shirt read today.
Do you feel like people have kind of written you off already?
Yeah, and I don't understand why, but it's all good though. I'm gonna make them eat their words.
Big bust, his shirt said. He is trying not to be that big bust as you look at the projected offensive line. They're hoping he can get back out there full practice sometime in July. We are 85 days to NFL kickoff, and today we keep the countdown going by focusing on Stefan Diggs, who caught 230 passes through his first 2 seasons with the Buffalo Bills. That is a record, the most by any player in their first 2 seasons with any team in NFL history. Wes Welker used to hold that distinction with 223 in the 2000s with the New England Patriots, but Diggs looking for more in year 3.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.